Hi, YouTube. I quit making videos for a while, and it's because editing is awful. Like, it takes up way too much time, and I just have no desire to make videos and edit them. It was taking up too much time, and I'm clearly not getting paid to do this. My heart is where I just want people to see that there's a different perspective on things, and yes, there's like a natural way, and I guess it's kind of like a big phase right now that some people are going through, but there's also others that have dove in pretty deep and know a lot more than just essential oils and cloth diapering. And so my heart was kind of, to get that out. But I think that there's a movement for it, and people are leaning towards that. So, with all that said, I have not made a video in forever because the editing was just too much, and I was running out of things that were original to talk about. So recently, I just had like this desire to, well, actually, I think more what had happened was I have been super stressed out lately and like yelling at my kids constantly. And a lot of it is stemming from the house. And just, I feel like I'm constantly having to like clean and pick up and clean some more. And I can't focus on my kids because of how crazy the house is. And I'm not like a super clean freak. Like, there's dust all over the place right now. I hardly ever dust. But like stuff, like you see this over here, I took it down off of my wall because it's full of papers, and it's just, it's annoying. And then like, see, I've got stuff up on my dresser that it drives me absolutely crazy, but I'm not in my bedroom all the time. So like, my bedroom is not like a huge stressor for me. It's more like the living room and the kitchen, and then like going in the boys' room and just toys being everywhere. It completely stresses me out and literally gives me anxiety, like where my heart is pounding, and I can't take it. And I don't want to be like that. Like, I want my kids to be kids and have fun and not worry about like, oh, if I get all these toys out, I'm going to have to put them up and mom's going to yell at me and whatever. So, lately I've been, for a few years now, I really wanted to live in a tiny house. Like, I just felt like I can do it. I could live in a camper. Before I got pregnant with Waylon, we actually really talked about living in a camper. We went and looked at some, and I think I had my husband on board. and then I got pregnant, and I just really didn't want to have a newborn and bring him home to a camper. Not that the camper was a big deal, but like, I didn't want to live on a campground and have a newborn baby crying all the time and like waking everybody else on the campground up. And also, like, with all the postpartum stuff that I usually go through, I just felt like a one bathroom camper was not going to be good. So, having Waylon, and then we got orders, and so we bought a house and didn't do the camper thing because we found land in this house, and I love it. Like, I'm literally living my dream, on a farm with farm animals, and my boys being able to be the wild children they are and go outside and have a garden and all that stuff. Okay, so like, I'm so grateful for everything that we have. I'm not saying that. But the anxiety that all the stuff we have accumulated gives me, like, bring me to tears right now. I'm over it. Like, I just don't want my kids to remember like mommy was always cleaning, like right now Easton says that a lot. Like even Deacon unloaded the dishwasher for me the other day for no reason at all, did not ask, but he's like, I want to help so you don't have to do it all. Like I feel like they're just constantly seeing me pick up and cleaning and organizing, and yeah. So I feel like I'm a pretty organized person, but that's not the issue. The issue is we have too much stuff to organize. Like I shouldn't have to constantly organize things because we just shouldn't have so much stuff to organize. Like that's my way of thinking. And then there's also a Bible verse that I'll have to post in the comments because I can't remember. I think it's like Matthew 6:19 or something, about not storing or not having worldly possessions because they just get put in storage, and I think it says something about like moths or whatever, but to store up treasures in heaven. And I've read that before, but like it didn't really sink in until recently, and I was like, oh wow, like even the Bible says not to have all the stuff that we have and we have accumulated, and that the world is telling us that we need to have. And then like debt is an issue, like because you're constantly fed like you need this, and that debt is okay, and it also says in the Bible that debt is not okay. Like I'm just over it, and I'm ready to make a pretty big change. I've decluttered multiple times. I've taken just recently 2 bags of clothes and toys and stuff and donated it, but like literally I am still overwhelmed with stuff. Like we just have so much stuff. I mean, I feel like when people come over, like they don't think we have a lot of stuff. Like we're like a normal average family. But in my opinion, the way that I would want to live, we have too much stuff. Like it's just, yeah. So, I am going to start like watching YouTube videos and listening to podcasts about a minimalist lifestyle, and I'm gonna start purging. Dude, when we moved here to North Carolina, like we had to rent an 18-wheeler to put all our stuff in, and it was almost completely full. And that's like furniture and stuff. Like I get it, but like recently I sold our couch or our love seat. Well, like we still have a couch, but I sold our love seat because why? Like we hardly ever sat on it. I have a rocking chair that was my grandmother's, and then I also have a chair that I rocked the boys in, and those 2 chairs mean a lot to me, and I had nowhere to put them. So I sold it, and like it was pretty freeing to me. I think my husband was kind of like, what are you doing? Because like typical American families have a sofa and a love seat or a sectional or whatever, but we've been perfectly fine without it, and I've been using my 2 chairs, and it's worked out great. So yeah, I feel like I most of my life have not wanted to be like a normal person, just because of some things that like happened in my lifetime with people that I was hanging out with, and I just saw in them things and that I didn't want to be, and so I just never wanted to be like a normal. Like I remember getting in like a little, not argument, but like a conversation with my mom about like normal and what is normal and who created normal. Like who can say that like this is normal, I just don't like that word at all. And not that I think that I'm better than anybody. That is absolutely not the case. Like I'm the complete opposite person of that. And I'm not trying to be better by not being normal. I don't like to fit, like I don't want to fit in. I don't want to conform. I just want to do what I like and be who I want to be without the world and everybody else saying it's okay. Like, I don't need anybody's approval. And I feel like I kind of got out of that. You know, you have kids and it's like, but they need this and they need this. And especially babies, like, you know, people told us all this stuff that babies need. Or like when we went to Target and we literally scanned every baby item you could find because it was fun and why not? Did I use it? No. Like, I took back so much stuff. I think I ended up getting back like $300 worth of Target gift cards just because it was just stuff that we had registered for, but I didn't need it. And yeah, we're just a society where you're just, you know, taught that you need this, 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 and this, and this. And I'm to the point in life where I'd rather like make memories with my kids and have my kids remember the stuff that we've done rather than the stuff that we bought. Like, I personally don't remember anything that I got for Christmas as a kid. Like, there's like a few things that I remember, like some clothes that I remember that I really wanted and I got. I remember getting VeggieTales DVDs one year because we woke up at like 4 o'clock in the morning and my parents were like, okay, we're going back to bed. And we were like, okay, cool. Like, we'll just watch VeggieTales. But other than that, like, I don't remember the stuff that we had. I just remember, you know, things that we did, memories that we made. And that's how I want my kids to be. And I don't want to be stressed out anymore. And, you know, I'm ready to make like a huge change. So I am going to record my journey and hopefully it'll help you guys. I know nothing about like minimalism, and where to start and like how to do it properly, because I know there's ways. I know that like if I get in a mode and like I want to declutter stuff, like I will go through the whole house and get rid of things, but that's not the right way to do it from what I've like read and listened to. It's a process and it takes time, and so I'm gonna record, you know, my process, and hopefully some of you will benefit from it and watch it. And I'm probably not going to do a lot of editing, so my videos are not going to be perfect. And like today I have no makeup on because we went to the swimming pool earlier, or the splash pad. But yeah, I mean, I hope that some of you like it and you watch my journey and maybe you'll be inspired. And I'll think of some cute like tagline or something to say eventually. But anyways, I just wanted to make a video of kind of what I'm feeling, and if any of my friends or family are feeling this way and they want to get on this journey with me, that would be amazing, and we can message each other and encourage each other. I know my mom is doing a lot of decluttering right now because they just moved in a new house, and she has always been really good at decluttering things. We're both like, I don't want to say not sentimental, because there are some things that like I could not get rid of because they do mean a lot to me, but I'm not super sentimental. Like, there's just stuff that I'll take a picture of and I'll keep the picture, but like I don't physically need it because I'm not using it. Like my kids' drawings, I mean, I love them, I really do, and they mean so much to me, and I have a couple over here on my nightstand now, but I don't need all of them. And if I keep them, I'm probably never gonna look through them again, and if I do, it's gonna be in like, you know, 30 years when they're older. And why haul all that stuff around, especially being military? But like, why? So I take pictures and I throw it in the trash, and it doesn't hurt my feelings because papers are one thing that drive me crazy. And I have all paperless billing, but then we still get stuff in the mail, and I just don't even want to look at it because it just drives me nuts. But yeah, like I mean, I don't know. If I'm not using it, like, get rid of it. But at this point, it's been like, oh, well, I use, the bed, and I use the dresser and stuff like that. But could I condense it down and make it smaller so I didn't have so much to dust and so much to deal with? Like, yeah, I could. That is one thing I'm going to have to work on with my husband. I don't know if he'll be okay with ever getting rid of like furniture and stuff, but it'd be easier to move. And when we do eventually get into a smaller house, like, I won't need it all, like, you just keep what you actually use and get rid of the rest. And I'm like super stoked to do that. And like clothes, oh my gosh, like, I really feel like I don't have a lot of clothes, but that's probably the first thing I'm going to do. I'm going to do the hanger method where you switch the hangers around in your closet, and then after like 30 days or whatever, you see which ones you've used. I'm probably going to do like a 60-day time period because I have like summer clothes and winter clothes, so I might do both. Just see what I wore, and whatever I didn't wear, it's going. And then I've got like t-shirts and gym shorts, and like, I'm not going to the gym. I've been keeping them because I'm like, oh yeah, I'll start going to the gym again, I've got so many LuLaRoe leggings that I could wear those to the gym. Like, I don't need both. And that's another thing that I'll have to get rid of. But watching like full-time RVers and like the little amount of clothes that they have, like, think of how much less laundry I'd have to do if we don't have so much clothes. So yeah, I'm like super stoked to do it, and I am going to just purge my stuff first, and then I think I'm gonna be able to get Easton to easily purge his things. Deegan is a lot like my husband and Matt, and it's gonna be a lot harder. That's my middle child. And Waylon, I mean, he just plays with whatever the other two boys have. But clothes for them is going to be a little bit difficult to purge too, because they have like play clothes and then like normal clothes that we can wear out in public. But honestly, like, we literally don't go that many places where they need to wear like nice clothes. And I mean, a whole closet full of like nice t-shirts, why? Like, why? Like, they don't know. Like, we go to church on Sunday and they need a nice shirt for that, so that's 4 Sundays a month. Literally 4 t-shirts would be good. 4 pairs of shorts, like 4 pairs of jeans, and then their play clothes. Like, it's understandable for them to have a good amount. And then I keep those because I'm able to pass them along, because they're all boys. But yeah, it's kind of overwhelming just talking about it. But at the same time, I'm like super excited to get rid of half the stuff in our house. And then hopefully once I start doing it, Matt, my husband, will get on board and get rid of some of his stuff. But we'll see. Anyways, you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in my next video.